What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. You already read the title. I'm going to be talking about underrated Fall Out Boy songs. I already did a video on this a couple months back, I think in January, so it's been quite a while. And in that video, I actually only covered 6 underrated songs by Fall Out Boy. But in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 10 other songs that I think are completely underrated by this band. They are pretty much my favorite band of all time, so I have a strong love for pretty much all of their songs. And it sucks when a lot of them get overlooked and hidden by the popular tracks and the bigger singles. Some people tend to forget about some of these older songs that I think are hidden gems, and a lot of casual fans don't even know that these songs exist. So today I'm here to give all of those songs some love, and I'm not going to continue rambling because I have so much to say about all of them. So without further ado, let's get right into this list. These are not in any particular order. Carpal Tunnel of Love off of InfinityOnHannah is one of my favorite songs by Fall Out Boy. It is so underrated. Clever song name, first of all, but this song was actually played live a decent amount back when InfinityOnHannah was like their newest album. I remember seeing some live performances of this song. Since the hiatus though, they've never brought this back into the set list, along with a lot of these songs on this list. But this one I would just die to see live. If Pete can even scream anymore, I'm not sure. Speaking of Pete's screams, I want to see more of that. I would love to hear him scream in other songs. It only appears just a little bit on their discography throughout. This is the most intense song that they have, probably, where he does, you know, scream like a pretty good amount. And his unclean vocals, I actually really enjoy, and I think he does it really well. The guitar part really carries this song, but Patrick's vocals also just really make this song so addictive. His performance is awesome. I love how he hits some falsetto notes in there, and it just makes the chorus all that more fun to sing along to. This is definitely one of the greatest songs in their career, mainly for them doing something kind of different that you wouldn't expect.
And the record won't stop skipping, and the lies just won't stop slipping, and the silent reputation's online.
Now this song is one of Fall Out Boy's more darker and depressing and personal songs, for Pete in particular. I've Got a Dark Alley. He actually stated before that they'll probably never play this song live because of how personal it is to him. Essentially, this song is about falling short, you know, focusing on all your mistakes and failures and just being depressed and sort of hopeless as a result. I absolutely love the lyrical content here. It is so overlooked and underrated. One of the lines in here is sort of like a metaphor. It says, "And the record won't stop skipping." So I think that's kind of a metaphor for, you know, things just keep going wrong. He keeps running into problems and nothing seems to be going right for him. And another line that really sticks out to me is, "We can fake it through the airwaves, force our smiles, baby, half dead, from comparing myself to everyone else around me." But God, that line really gets me. It's just such a special song to me that I relate to a lot on a super deep level. And it's also one of the softer songs from Under the Cord Tree, but it's seriously so beautiful and soothing.
But there's a light in Chicago, and I know I should be home. All the colors of the street signs, they remind me of the pickup truck out in front of your neighbor's house.
This is the only song from Take This to Your Grave that I'm actually going to mention. Chicago is so 2 years ago. This quickly became a favorite of mine when I was first getting into Take This to Your Grave. I watched this live performance of them playing it acoustically this was back when they used to do house shows, before they were really super famous. They were still sort of like an underground band, and they'd have like their fans over and they would just play with them. It's like a big party and stuff. But I really do love that version of it. It just makes it so easy to sing along to, and I just learned the lyrics super quick. It's just one of those songs that's very catchy and it does stick in your head. Fun fact, if you guys didn't know, there's actually a part in here that they reused on Save Rock and Roll, the song. They like added some effects to it and sped it up, but it's actually the part that says, "Until your breathing stops forever." And getting to that part of the song, I think that's like one of the best lyrics in here. It says, "You want apologies, girl, you might hold your breath until your breathing stops forever. The only thing you'll get is this curse on your lips. I hope they taste of me forever." And I just think that's so clever. I don't know, I've always loved that line. It's one of my favorite Fall Out Boy lyrics. Fall Out Boy have some awesome breakup songs from early on, just brutal, and this is one of those that I think is definitely underrated.
Now I'll teach you a lesson for keeping secrets from me. Take your taste back, peel back your skin.
Speaking of breakup songs, here's another one that just has some downright vicious lyrics. My Heart is the Worst Kind of Weapon is off of the acoustic EP My Heart Will Always Be the B-side to My Tongue. This was released, I think, right before Cork Tree came out, and I honestly feel like a lot of casual Fall Out Boy fans don't even know about this EP or especially this song, but it is so underrated and it's so well done, honestly, for them just being basically like demos. They are so fucking good. I'm pretty sure this song is about being cheated on, lied to, and manipulated, and now that he sees her true colors, he really has no remorse and just wishes the worst on her. In some of these lyrics, it actually sounds like he wants her to like die, like he wants to murder her or something, which is kind of fucked up. But one of my favorite lines in here is, "You should try saying no once in a while." If you haven't heard this song, you need to get on that right now.
I'm the invisible man who can't stop staring at the mirror, at the mirror.
My next pick, Pavlov, is actually a bonus track from Fully Ado, which is my favorite Fall Out Boy album, but this song really should have made the cut because it is so fucking good. First of all, the title kind of has a hidden meaning. There's actually a physiologist. His last name was Pavlov, and there was actually no E on the end, but obviously they added the E there and kind of made it like Pavlov. I don't want to give you guys a psych lesson, but if you look up Ivan Pavlov, figure out what he actually did, it kind of ties back into the meaning of this song. It kind of hints that the person who's writing this song, the love that they have for this person is sort of mindless and not necessarily, you know, true. But so many people don't even know about this song, and that makes me so sad because it is truly one of their best songs. This is one of my favorite, like in my top 10 favorite Fall Out Boy songs. And I also think this is one of Patrick's best vocally. Like, good lord, you need to hear this song. Next up, we have yet another bonus track, The Music or the Misery. Now, this was from Cork Tree, and this is seriously one of the best songs that Fall Out Boy have made. Honestly, this should have been on the album. I don't know why it wasn't. Like, this is such a good song, and I'm sure there's so many people that don't even know about it. They've never heard it. You guys need to hear this one. Lyrically, this is seriously one of the best things that they have ever penned. Yet again, another really brutal lyric says, "I got your love letters, corrected the grammar, and sent them back." I just love those old Fall Out Boy lyrics. They were so fucking clever. But primarily, this song is about, you know, the flaws that come with being, I guess, a recording artist or a famous band. The media only cares about people who can make the headlines, you know, the drama in their own lives. Nothing about the actual music that they're making or their real talent. So he asks the question in the title, which came first, music or the misery? Meaning, you know, was I miserable and that's why I started writing music? Or am I miserable because I'm famous for writing music? You know, it's just kind of like a cycle thing, and he's kind of sick of it, but that's just the world we live in, and it's just a brilliant song all around. Guys, Whams is one of my favorite songs off of Fully Ado, and honestly, this is one of their better sounding songs in their career as a whole. But this song sort of seems like a realization that the person he's been with is really not that great at all. One of the lines says, "What makes you so special? I'm gonna leave you." So he's like kind of declaring that like you're nothing, you know, you're really not as special as you thought you were or that I thought you were, and it's not worth it anymore, and you're just kind of moving on. And I really admire how well this song flows together, and you might be turned off by like the intro, but you gotta wait around for that chorus because once it does hit, you will not regret it. This is one of the Fall Out Boy songs that is always stuck in my head. You know, there's always like that one song that you listen to a whole album, there's always one song that's gonna stick with you later on that you're gonna be humming. Whams is definitely one of those for me, and I'm not complaining. I never, ever, 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 ever ever hear anybody talk about EXO, which is the closer track to From Under the Cork Tree. It is about love, hooking up, not trusting love, and basically just ending up in love even though you didn't intend to. And we know that from the lyric, "Love never wanted me, but I took it anyway." I love this lyric, it applies to my life now, but apparently the girl in the story cheated on him. Like, this is probably all about the same person, all these songs like about breakups, but this girl was dumb enough to go around telling people that she slept with somebody else, and she didn't think that he was gonna find out. Well, bitch, he found out. So there's a lyric in the song that says, "Loose lips sink ships." And that basically is explaining, you know, she couldn't keep her mouth shut. She went around talking about it. He found out. So, you know, the relationship is going to start sinking. It failed. But for real, this song musically is so good. This is seriously going to be in my new top 10. I'm planning on doing another top 10 favorite Fall Out Boy songs in the future. Some of my favorites have changed since my last video, so eventually I'm going to do that video again. But this is probably going to make the cut. From Now On We Are Enemies was released back in 2009. This was actually off of Believers Never Die, which was their greatest hits compilation. And this was like one of the last newer songs that Fall Out Boy did before they kind of went off the radar. And I'm not entirely sure what this song's meaning is. All I know is there's a lyric that says, "I only want what I can't have." And that's repeated several times in here, so obviously it's insinuating that he just is never happy enough, like he never gets, you know, exactly what he wants. He can have everything in the world, but he's still, you know, not fully satisfied. There's always something he wants that, you know, he just can't get. One of my favorite lines in here says, "A composer but never composed." So obviously the person penning these lyrics is never really composed. Like, they compose, but themselves they can never really relax. Maybe they're a very nervous person. And then it continues saying, "Singing symphonies of the overdose." And I think that's Patrick saying, you know, I'm the one being the voice to these thoughts here. Pete actually had an overdose way back in the day. So I think that's what they're referring to here. And I think that's really personal on a deep level, but it totally gets overlooked. And that's because it is sort of more of a poppier, like upbeat, fast-paced song that, you know, some of those lyrics might get lost in there. I used to sing this song back in 2009. Like I said, I think I was like 12 or 13 around then. I didn't really know what it was about at all, but now I sit down kind of analyzing the lyrics, and it has, you know, sort of a deep meaning, and I think that's awesome. Just musically all around, this is very different from a lot of their other material. It doesn't really sound like anything else that they've done, except for, I guess, Alpha Dog. It's pretty similar to that one in terms of, like, the instrumentation and the effects placed on that song and just kind of the singing style and whatnot, but I really, really dig the vibe of it.
I'm holding on, I just dance by myself, and you pull my head so close, like goes with the truth. Signing off, I'm alright in bed, but I'm better with the pain.
Last but not least, I'm going to talk about Fame is Less Than Infamy. This is one of their most underrated songs off of Infinity on High and just in general. First of all, this song starts off just with an explosion of instrumentation that's just so enjoyable, and it goes on like a little bit longer, this intro, than normally, but you really don't mind because it sounds so good. Has some powerful guitars and really hard-hitting drums that just kind of grabs your attention. This song features another amazingly enjoyable chorus. I'm alright in bed, but I'm better with the pen, kind of hinting at Pete's, you know, talent for writing good lyrics. And it also kind of hints back to another song, Hum Hallelujah, where it says, "I could write it better than you ever felt it." Another line that stands out to me here is, "Such wit without a conscience equipped." So that's another really clever line. You know, he was gifted with this awesome wit, but he doesn't know how to use it, and that's his flaw. I'm telling you guys, this song is so overlooked. Just go listen to it right now. Whew, I just had so much to say. I probably cut out a ton of that because I literally was rambling for way too long, and now I'm sweating and I want to go listen to all those songs. The question is, should I make a playlist on Spotify with all these songs? I think yes. Link down below. Go check it out. Make sure you follow it. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up to let me know, but I had a lot of fun talking about all these songs. It's so easy for me to talk about, you know, Fall Out Boy and any of their songs because they are like one of my favorite bands of all time, probably my #1 favorite, and I just think they have so many underrated songs, you know, within their discography. They're known for basically the bigger singles and a couple other, you know, bigger fan favorites, but there's just so many others that don't get the attention they deserve, and that's why I made this video today. I think I did a pretty good job at talking about pretty much most of Fall Out Boy's underrated songs between this video and my previous underrated Fall Out Boy songs video. But if there's any others that come to mind, go ahead and leave me a comment. Feel free to do so. I know there's others out there. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and I will see you guys on Wednesday.